This is one cool looking dragon.
Spiky Bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Baer from SpikyBits.com, and we have something, I know I say we have something cool to show you, because I do. I only like to show you the cool stuff. So Archon Studios was like, hey, we got dragons. I'm like, I don't know about dragons, man. Dragons are cool, but like, I don't know if people want to see this stuff. And he's like, but they're plastic. And I'm like, all right, tell me more. And you have my curiosity, now you have my attention. So he sent me over this demo copy pre-release sample for their new Kickstarter, Dungeons and Lasers, coming soon here in August. And you know, I got it in, I was like, all right, I'm still not sold. And I started looking at it and I was like, this is actually pretty dope. I'm not super into dragons, but after getting this model on the tabletop, I just might be now. Okay, so here it is. We've showed you this before, Dungeons and Lasers 2. It's going on Kickstarter soon. Sign up, get your email address in there so you know when it goes live. Now, we did see some dragons on here, and I've showed you all this before, and I'll put the video up top, so you can click on it and check out the Kickstarter. But we know there's at least four dragon miniatures that are coming. They showed them right here, but they teased another one over on their Facebook as well. So I got pictures of those. Let's take a look, because these things are pretty dope looking. First up is the Xeno Dragon miniature. Now, these guys are about 7 inches tall, so, well, the one they sent us. So I imagine this one's gonna be about the same. And you can see all the cool stuff like the eggs, the little alien kind of theme base. Obviously, it's kind of like a queen dragon, you know what I'm saying? But this is pretty cool. Like, you know, what if sci-fi and fantasy mixed together? That's what Dungeons and Lasers is all about. So it's just a really cool theme to see. So I wanted to start with this one. And then we've got Marduk the Tyrant. Of course, this is very Tiamat-ish, kind of five-headed dragon type feels here. And, you know, standing over a wrecked ruin, I'm sure there's some gold about, or some corpses, or who knows what this dragon is all about right here. But I can't wait to see this one either. And then there's Draculus the Cunning. This is a really cool looking one. Some sort of a cave type Drake looking thing, judging by the base right there, which looks really cool. And hopefully this is at the same scale, 7 inches. I mean, the base in that perspective look about the same, but I'm thinking these are all going to be about the same size as the one I'm about to. And then we have the fourth dragon, although there's a blue dragon out there that we haven't seen previews on quite yet over on the Dungeons and Lasers Facebook, but I'm sure they'll show some more stuff here soon. So they sent us this Durkar Sovereign Serpent pre-production sample. And, you know, it's about a standard squad size box. You know, if you're into tabletop wargaming, nothing out of the ordinary here. You can see they got the details, and then basically exactly how tall he is. 167 is, I think 165 is 7 inches, give or take. 50 millimeter base. It's actually pretty well detailed with some coins and stuff, which you know, we'll take a look at here in a second. But opening up, it's actually pretty cool. Like, they have some different colored sprues. They have a little pamphlet, and then the manual's actually pretty good. And I'll show you this here in a second. But they're basically doing a walkthrough of all the dragons. There's the blue one I was talking about, and then you've got 2 shots. Actually, yeah, I think that's a different one. I can't tell. Yeah, I think that's the same one. And then, so it looks like there's going to be 5 of them. Hey, thanks for doing this. Yeah, no problem. We like looking at your stuff. I love the fact, and here's the instruction manual. So you can see, basically left and right halves, nothing out of the ordinary. Some of the little wing, talon, feet, claw things are going to be separate, and then the tail attaches onto the base here, 50 millimeters. I think they said it was 50 millimeters. Yeah, it's 50 millimeters. Some little wing armor plates here, the wings themselves, and then you get this fireball, which they don't show anywhere. And when I was looking at the sprues, I was like, what is that? And I started looking at the instructions here. So you can actually glue in his tongue, or you can glue this fireball together here, where it's got all these 3-dimensional components, and then glue it in, which you can do some really sick OSL, you know, source highlighting and things on it if you really wanted to. Now the sprues themselves are, I guess they're also about 10 inches or so wide. And this is where it counts right here, right? This is really high quality stuff. You don't see stuff like this coming out of Europe. As a matter of fact, as far as I understand, Archon is the only one that has injection molding capability in tabletop wargaming in the EU. So you got G-dubs and you got these guys. So think about that for a minute, like where they're at on the level of technology. We're playing tabletop civilization, producing figures, and we're ahead on technology right here. So here you can see the wings, and these are very well detailed. You know, I like how they cast this in some of the colors that they showed in this pamphlet right here. So I'm sure some folks got this color, and some folks got this color, and some folks got yellow, and they just kind of had some fun with it. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Some of the fireball pieces right here, and then you can see the dragon itself, some more fireball pieces. And there's another wing, the base, and the base is really well detailed, and we'll show you that here in a second. Legs and such, and the tails. So now you know my secret. They sent us two, and we had already assembled one ahead of time just so we could keep on making this video. But it's the same exact model, so that's okay. It might not be that like really cool salmon hot purple sort of color, but I feel like this shows off the detail a little bit better. So nice ribbing here on the wings, so this will paint up really nice. You'll be able to do some glazing effects and all sorts of different things. You can see where there's a little bit of gapping back here. You know, we did put it together a little fast. I think we could have probably spent a little bit more time on that, but regardless, don't let that fool you. This is a really good quality, and you can see, you know, look at the scales. You know, look at all the very crisp, super crisp detail all over this dragon right here. It's a little bright because I'm holding it too close, but we could fix that. So here's a little bit better of a look, and you can see that super fresh detail. The face looks great. There's eyeballs, there's nostrils, there's teeth, there's all sorts of things. I don't know, there's like scales on, horns on, I don't even know what's going on here, but I really like it. And then down here, all the talons. I remember some of these are different parts as well. And then the base is kind of where it's at, and I think they did a really excellent job here, because you can see all the, well, it's a little bright because it is yellow, but you can see all the individual gold pieces right here, helmets, treasure chest. And if you look, I know it's hard to see, but there's a couple of gold pieces right there that splashed onto his tail. So it actually is a very dynamic pose, and simulates, and there's a couple more gold pieces there too. So when you paint it, you have to spend a little bit extra time on those gold pieces there, like he's, you know, kind of fluttering about over top of his horde, saying, if you're gonna get it, well, you're gonna go through me. So this is a really cool model. Like I said, highly detailed. For the price point, now they told me these things are gonna be 35 bucks, and I'm just like, what? $35 for a multi-part injection, highly detailed kit that has a couple of different options. Like you can actually pull out, I didn't glue down this tongue, and you can put in a fireball, and that's when it starts to really get sick right here. Like you would obviously want to glue this in, but look at all those flame effects, all that three-dimensionalness to this little bout of fire or fireball, whatever you want to call it. That's just sick. Like you can paint this up with the airbrush, glaze it out, have all sorts of like flame effects around the mouth there, and it's just pretty nuts. Obviously, this will look really cool. So $35 for this. You know, I've seen a lot of dragon models out there. I've put my hands on them. I've looked at them. Sometimes they're pre-painted, sometimes they're not. But man, I feel like this is very good value. There's going to be a bundle too. They told me $119. I don't know how many that is. I would say probably 3 or 4. I would guess at least 3. I mean, you know, it would be at least 4. Like, I don't even know at this point. Like, I just feel like if they're going to do these sort of bundles and these sort of early bird specials, that you're probably going to want to check out the Kickstarter a little early, just to get in there and lock up down. I don't personally know how limited they'll be, and details are a little hard to get at these early hours. So how do these compare to some of the models you might know from this channel? Well, there is a Sylvaneth Revenant on a 32mm base, so you know it's basically a Chungo elf, or Chungo wood elf. So he's probably a little bit taller than your typical adventurer, something maybe more along the lines of this Death Corps of Kriegsmen or something like that, just to give you a better idea. And if you really want to go all out and have Primaris Space Marines battling dragons, well, then now you know the scale right there. So overall, I think this is, you know, I'm not into RPGs, and I'm not into dragons, and I'm not into this sort of stuff, but just seeing this design and this layout and this level of technology and this level of sophistication that Archon keeps bringing Kickstarter after Kickstarter and on their site for all sorts of cool different things, including this. You know, I can't say enough good things. We need these type of companies in tabletop in general, if not wargaming. And you know, if you can support them, you know, I know times are tough out there, but I think they're definitely worth your support, because they're doing stuff like this that we're really not seeing from anybody else out there, in the scale and quality out there as well. So that's it. I'm going to get off my soapbox and go do something else. But thank you very much for watching this unboxing review of the new Dungeons and Lasers Dragons that are coming to the DNL 2 Kickstarter here around the end of August. So jump over to their website, put your email address in there, find out when it goes live. There's sci-fi versions of dragons. There's a Xenos dragon, that's crazy. There's sci-fi quarters. There's all sorts of cool stuff. And check out the video as well that I am going to link after this.